Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. But that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance.
Don't you love it when they say, that's why I gave him a chance? Let me correct that. Honey, he gave you a chance. Because what are you bringing into his life? Right now it's a whole bunch of confusion, a whole bunch of negative social media presence because of the way you behave, because of the way you dress, because of the way you conduct yourself. The world is watching. And it's really not a good look. And it's really not a good thing on this man's mental well-being. I honestly think it's not good for hers too, but he's the one who really is making the money. So he gave you a chance because he's taking you on trips. He's buying you gifts. He's taking you to places. So it's not that you gave him a chance, he gave you a chance. So let's not get it twisted. Travis Hunter's girlfriend is causing problems instead of bringing peace into his life. Was yesterday's YouTube video's title, and by the end of the video, I asked you guys if you were interested in a part 2 because I just had so much to say about it, and I still do. And a lot of you said, yes, I want to have a part 2. So here we are with the second part of yesterday's video. We're going to do some investigative work, and I hope you are ready for it. And if you're saying, wait a minute, why are we doing investigative work? Because there are things that we need to analyze. But we're not going to drag anyone through the dirt because that's not something that I do on this channel. We're going to take their case, I'm going to have to call it a case, and we're going to see what we can learn from it. Not only what we can learn from it, but we're going to see what we can take out of it and teach other people things with. Because I want to be informative, I want to be guiding, I want to be leading with information. And of course, be a role model.
Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis.
When a woman tells you that she doesn't have a type, she's lying. Every woman has a type. There is not one woman on this planet who would just sit there and not have a list of preferences. I have a type. My sister has a type. Her type is tall, blonde, white skin, blue eyes. My type is brown skin, brown hair, brown eyes. Gotta be Black American though. So here's the thing. She's sitting there with her looks. Now she is not an ugly duck who would have to be content with every man that would be okay with talking to her. She's good looking. She has a nice body. She has a social media presence. Honey, you have a preference. We're living in a society where looks matter. You know, it's not like it was back in the day where we used to come together as family because we were on survival mode. We just had to make it. No. Today we look at somebody's looks, and if we like what we see, we're going to go ahead, we're going to make a move. And just looking at these two, being objective, I don't want to say anything rude, and I'm not going to, but if I look at her and I look at him, it's easy to say that she looks better than him. And when you have a couple where she looks better than the man, that's a type of tactic that women would like to use, because then they know that the man will do anything for that woman because she's so good looking. The woman will know that the man can be easily be manipulated. She knows that he can be easily controlled because she looks better. If anything would happen to these guys as far as their relationship, she can always be like, oh, I can move on to the next guy. I got tons of men in my DMs.
I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM.
You know, my mother-in-law always says, I was born in the morning, but it wasn't yesterday morning, honey. So here's the thing with that statement that she just made. I'm a woman, right? So if I have a man who's in a relationship sending me a DM telling me, for instance, that he thinks I am attractive, I look at the message and I move on, because there's one thing that I would know about that man. He's not faithful. So if Travis really was in a relationship when he DM'd her, why would she pick him as a boyfriend? Wouldn't she automatically would have to think that he would do the same exact thing to her?
Type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things.
So if Travis was not her type because he was younger, why not just say that? Why not just say, oh, he was a bit too young for me. I didn't think it would fit. I didn't think it was going to work out. I didn't think at the point of his career back then he would have enough time for me. Why not just say that? I mean, there's so many things that you could say about the age gap, but saying that he wasn't your type, but really meaning that he was too young, that's, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say, an excuse to me. And when women make excuses for something that they actually meant to say, you know, it could be a lie. 9 times out of 10 is a lie. And here's another thing that I want to point out, where she said that he was cheating on his girlfriend back then. He's your boyfriend now. He's your fiancé now. You're his fiancé or girlfriend. I really don't know their relationship status, but he could be doing the same thing to you. So again, if a man who's in a relationship texts a woman, don't trust that man. Period. Leave it alone. No good.
But that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being. And that's why we're together. And that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next.
Don't you love it when they say, that's why I gave him a chance? Let me correct that. Honey, he gave you a chance. Because what are you bringing into his life? Right now it's a whole bunch of confusion, a whole bunch of negative social media presence because of the way you behave, because of the way you dress, because of the way you conduct yourself. The world is watching, and it's really not a good look, and it's really not a good thing on this man's mental well-being. I honestly think it's not good for hers too, but he's the one who really is making the money. So he gave you a chance because he's taking you on trips. He's buying you gifts. He's taking you to places. So it's not that you gave him a chance, he gave you a chance. So let's not get it twisted.
Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time taking pictures.
Wait a minute, she just said that he was done taking pictures with fans. I'm looking at fans right now, and I'm also seeing her having an attitude. This woman really has a couple of characteristics of a cat. Cats always want your attention, and when you don't give them what they want, they start hissing at you. Same vibe that I get from this young lady. And I also know that there are people online who are saying, these guys are in their early 20s, you gotta let them do whatever they are doing. But yes, what happened to respect? You know, even though they are in the early 20s, he still has a career of a grown man making grown man money that she also knows how to spend in her early 20s. So she should also know how to conduct herself when that man is doing business. She's giving him attitude from where she's sitting right there. Trust me, and a woman's looks can transfer that energy into a man's soul. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. And that's what she's doing. This is the second time I was catching her doing that. Anyway. Trust me, they don't want me to talk to them. They're not ready for it. Let's continue.
He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social post. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans.
I'm not buying it. I think she likes the fame, but she doesn't want him to be famous. Like, she wants to be part of his fame. Now, I may be wrong with my analysis, but when I'm looking at this woman's eyes and her body language, It just doesn't give off any type of celebration vibes. You know what I mean? Even at the event where he had received an award, she was not even giving the man, you know, applauding him for his achievements, nothing. She would just sit there. Somebody would have to tell her to get up. When my man is on stage, man, I got my pom-poms out and I'm just cheering him on. I'm screaming on top of my lungs because he's my man and he's, you know, at the peak of his career. We're celebrating. We're having a good time. The last thing I want to give my man is an attitude, especially publicly. No, I don't know. You let me know in the comment section, but I'm not buying it.
I think I said I love you first on accident.
Really, I wonder if this picture was taken on accident too. I mean, how do you say I love you to somebody and then you turn around and say, I said it by accident? You know what? These women really love making their men look like a freaking fool publicly. Even if she did say I love you by accident. Now, is it something for everybody to know? No, not at all. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna just leave this video at that. I'm gonna just let you guys go with this part of the video. This is going to be part 2 because things that I may say may be a little too ugly, they may be a little too truthful, and I really don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So that's why I'm going to stop this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of the likes and the comments on the previous video. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. Welcome on board. I really enjoy the fact that you like my videos. And of course, stay tuned for more videos and saving these streets.